Okay, hey guys, I'm gonna try to help you with this really annoying press start wall. This is the only angle that I can get to show both my hands and the engine. Fuck, I have to play with the engine like all the way down here as opposed to normally all the way up here, which is where I'm used to looking. So if I screw up, just bear with me. I'm looking much lower than I normally look. I can usually hit this very consistently, but it's kind of difficult to look at the very bottom of my screen. So let's just see if I can get everything here. I think my pinky and my ring finger are gonna cover up. Well, I'll try to show you as best as I can. My left hand's gonna be covered no matter what I do by my right hand. And the arrows show up. The receptors are cut off. But that's as good as it's gonna get, I think. Okay. I'll have a few goes at the wall now just to warm up, I guess, because I only played like 2 runs prior to this, so. Okay, AAA. Black flag. AAA. Let's go for one more AAA just for the hell of it. Okay, AAA. Okay, so I can get it quite consistently. I don't think it's too bad because Dosser fixed the frames so that all the 2-frame intervals are between up and down arrows, so you don't need to worry about any 2-frame gaps when you're hitting a jump. I'll go over how I jump shot, like the actual technique behind it, just because I know some of you are like prone to splitting, and splitting is not good when you're jump trilling, so try to get this. Okay, what I do, since my middle finger is longer than my index, and I'm pretty sure most of you share the same feature about your body, I have to curve my middle finger more than my index so that it hits the key. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. So it hits the key at the same time as my index when I'm just coming down. It's curved more because it's longer. So if I curve it more, it's gonna go lower. Same thing with my left hand. And this is very intuitive. I don't think about this when I do it. It just happens. But this is the actual technique that I employ. So yeah. Now a couple things about the wall itself. When you're about to start the actual wall, I'll play to that point. Hang on, let me make sure the arrows are still on screen. When you get to this point on the wall, the first jump there, I'll show you again. You're gonna want to pause for like a frame or two, and this is gonna sound like it sounds very difficult to do, but in a rhythm game. This runs on 30 FPS, so every frame is on screen for about 0.03 of a second, and that doesn't sound like a very large amount of time, but it actually is, and it's not very difficult to delay your inputs by like a frame or two. So because there's a lot of 2-frame gaps in the wall, I find that starting off your jump trill late, because if you start off the jump trill early, and you reach a 2-frame gap, you run the risk of running into early goods, which is you don't want that to happen. So to ensure that you're hitting in the middle or late frame, I want you to just do like a very little pause. You can hear it too when I start it. I'll just play it through. I'll play it through, and you'll hear the pause. So it's a da-da-da-da-da-da pause, and then you start the jump. Well, that was bad because I'm trying to talk and do it at the same time. But you'll hear it. I won't talk. You can hear that tiny little pause. I AAA'd it. You can hear that little tiny pause there, as opposed to if you don't pause. I got 2 goods there, but they were all in random spots in the wall because I started off in the early perfect frame, or early to early middle, and you're gonna dump a good every single time that happens. So I'll show you again with the pause. AAA without the pause. Okay, you know that I fluked that without the pause. Five goods. See what happens if you don't fucking do the little pause. So just take into account that there's going to be a little pause there. So that's at the intro of the wall. I want you to keep your jump trilling very consistent. What I do is I look right. Fucking. This is a bitch to keep it on screen. I look right here the entire fucking time. That's where I'm looking. This is where I'm looking. The bottom right hand corner of the screen right now. That's where I look. I even cut off like the bottom part. I don't look at the bottom part. I look at the top part because I want to be late jump trilling. So those are where my eyes are the entire time. So I'm looking there, not even paying attention to the right hand side because I know that I'm very consistent with my jump trilling. So I only need to worry about one side. So I'm only looking on the left hand side of the screen, staying very consistent, keeping in mind about that pause. And at the end of the wall too, there's like very, very, very few 2-frame gaps. So going out of the wall, you're gonna want to speed up, and you can hear it too I'll do it again now too. You're gonna want to speed up because there's no 2-frame gaps there, and your jump trilling should be faster if it's just a bunch of 1-frame intervals. So very consistent, and then I'd say the last 2 or 3 rolls, speed up just like a tiny bit so that you don't stagger anything. Okay, let's see if I can get that again. You could hear the speed up. Yeah, it's more like you're kind of hitting 24th trills there, or 24th jump trills as opposed to, oops, fuck, what am I saying? 30-second jump trills as opposed to 24th jump trills in the last 3 or so jumps. I'll do it again. So remember about the pause at the beginning? And speed up towards the end, another AAA. Okay? That's pretty much it. So keep those things in mind. I hope that helps someone, because I kind of took the wall in like chunks. There's like the beginning, the stagger at the beginning, very consistent in the middle, and then the speed up towards the end. And you will AAA it very consistently as long as you're not splitting your jumps. So yeah, I hope that helps.